sex? What if it's a transgendered person? Have you decided what you're going to do in that case?
I have not.
Well, if we're gonna make them clear, let's make them clear.
The rules are clear, as stated by the state party. Persons who are aggrieved or precinct chairs and vice chairs have a right to speak at the hearing. Mrs. Knight.
I'll be silent.
My name is Opal Nine, and I'm Jeff's Precinct 6. I've been the precinct committee person for approximately 24 years, and I took the place of an elderly couple that lived there on East Street. And after I was appointed, then I ran for office, and since then I have been voted in. But I could not find a person in my precinct that would say yes. The young people have wanted no part of it, they were too busy, and the elderly said I had served my term. And so I contacted the precinct chair at that time, the county chair at that time, and he appointed Joe Rink. And Joe Rink has been my co-precinct person all those years. Now you're saying all those years that he worked, he can't do it anymore, and it's been wrong. Well, I don't think that's wrong. I think he has served his time.
And he's done a good job serving his time. But since the last primary, that's a violation.
Why is it questioned now?
I went over that.
Okay. Now I'm gonna we're gonna take some questions, but it'll be after Laura makes her presentation, and then we'll take all the questions. Laura?
Sure, thank you. I really hate using microphones, I'm sorry, but I'll try to keep this brief. As to what Tom was just talking about, Rule 20 allows all concerned persons, which is all our precincts and vices, which are here today, to debate the issue that's in front of them under Rule 20. Because there's so many of you, the suggestion had been to limit any sort of debate, if anyone wants to speak, to about like 90 seconds or so otherwise, because we have to have a new chair by 1 o'clock or we don't get to elect them. So don't want to spend too much of our time today on this issue, but I think Clark County's not alone as far as having appointed vice precinct committee persons outside of their district. The rule, if you sit down and parse it, the language is relatively clear. If you look at it as a whole, it's understandable why it's relatively common practice for vices to be appointed outside the district, and I'll tell you why. Back in 2005, the state amended the rule so that your precinct chair, if no one was elected in the primary, could be appointed from within the county. When they made that change, they made no change to the rules for the vice. So you've ended up with this kind of absurd result where your chair could be outside a precinct, which is ostensibly the more important of the two precinct positions, but the rule continues to state that the vice should be within the precinct. This is really unfortunate that we're having to deal with this on the day of our election of the new chair for the party. You guys are members of this party. The state rules are what govern us in this regard. It's regarding voting rights, and we have to follow the state rules. So you got to read this rule and interpret this rule and vote what you believe this rule says. That said, this is, it needs to be pointed out that we got 13 on the petition, but I'm sure some of you know that you live outside your precinct. There are other vices who are not on the petition list who happen to live outside their precinct as well. With all that said, I will open it up for anyone to put in their 2 cents or ask any questions.
Okay, do we have any makers here? Dustin, come on. Do we have? Miguel.
Just out of curiosity, if there are other people who should be on this petition, are we voting for everyone or just the people listed? And then is that fair?
If 13 are ineligible, they're all ineligible.
No, wait. I have a motion that we vote on the 13 people named in the petition as to whether or not to allow them to vote.
The petition says what the petition says. These are the 13 that have been named in the petition. So when you vote on whether or not the rules fall into the context of the petition, you're voting on these 13.
My motion is that we take that vote.
We still got, other people still have an opportunity to
Now would be the discussion.
Exactly.
Can I answer the question?
Excuse me, why are
Can I answer the question that was asked? And then, you know what, I'll get to ask your question. I submitted the petition on people that I know didn't. I couldn't put names on there that I didn't know, because I'm submitting something that I believe to be true. So I didn't, this whole other new people came up after that. I didn't, it's not something I knew when I submitted that. So if somebody wanted to challenge those, well, two things can happen. The chairman can unappoint them, or somebody can submit a written petition according to the rules to challenge those appointments.
Why are the 13 singled out, and you've got other ones that are not in their precinct as well? If we make a vote, is it just on the 13?
Yes.
Or is it on all of them that don't live in their precinct?
Just the 13.
You can't have part of it and not all of it.
Yes, you can, because that's only the written petitions all we're voting on today.
I think there's been a lot of debate as to whether or not it would expand beyond the 13 that are on the petition. A vote on the petition is a vote on those 13. Whether the committee does any other action today and whether that's allowable could be something discussed after this petition. Okay, so for now, we're just going to talk about this.
Excuse me, can I ask a question? I think it would be a good idea, maybe if the 13 people are here, they'd stand up and figure out what you people think. Stand up. Think there's people who work for us. Can I just give you a hand?
I have a question.
All right.
Okay, so as obviously I'm standing up, so I'm one of these people on this list, but I do have a question. The article right before that, so we're on the part that says, the county chair shall appoint either the nominee or another qualified voter. Okay, well, right before that on Article 1, I guess, if a vacancy occurs in the office of vice committee person, the precinct committee person has 10 days to submit the name of a nominee to the county chair. That does not specify that that nominee has to be within that precinct. So I just wanted to point that out.